If you're already imagining the Earth getting sucked into the black hole sun like noodles, you're not the only one. Let us put your fears to rest once and for all. None of those awful things are going to happen in real life. Welcome back to another episode of Inflix. In this video we're gonna find out what will happen if the sun suddenly turns into a black hole. First of all, the sun would never become a black hole. Stars the size of our sun dies in a different way. When they burn up all of the hydrogen in their cores, they grow into red giants, and in the meantime their cores shrink, and they become a so-called white dwarf. The newborn white dwarfs are very hot, and with time they cool down to become black dwarfs, which are dead stars that emit no heat or light. The cooling down happens so slowly that astronomers believe that not a single black dwarf has been formed yet. But if, hypothetically, the sun suddenly became a black hole with the same mass as it has today, what would it be like for us? Well, the black hole sun will not be giving out any heat or light, so prepare for miserable existence in freezing cold and pitch black environment. You will not be able to see the moon or our neighbor planets on the permanently dark sky anymore, only the stars would be visible. But here's good news, even if the sun somehow converted into a black hole without the initial expansion or explosion and inevitably mass loss that normally accompanies such transformation, a solar mass black hole would still be tiny. So small that it would have the same mass as it has today as a normal star. And this wouldn't affect the orbits of the planets, because its gravitational influence on the solar system would be the same. So Earth would continue to revolve around the sun without getting pulled in. Before we know more about the black holes, like this video if you're enjoying it, also subscribe and turn on the notifications so you don't miss out on the amazing videos we upload every week. Black holes are about mass, squeezed into a point of infinite density, called singularity. The more massive object you squeeze, the larger its event horizon is, and the further away from black hole, a stable orbit of a planet would be. For the simplest case of a non-rotating black hole, the size of the event horizon is determined by its Schwarzschild radius. A small solar mass black hole would have a Schwarzschild radius of about 3 kilometers. Therefore, any planet orbiting more than 3 kilometers away from the center of the solar system would be safe. Of course, you may argue that the sun does spin, and so will the black hole. And you will be absolutely right. But in that case, the event horizon will be even smaller. As for the living things on our planet, life on Earth, even though it will stay on its current orbit, will not be a picnic. As the temperature on Earth drops, the surface water will quickly freeze. Without sunlight, photosynthesis will cease and plants and, consequently, plant-eating species will die out. Humans might be able to survive underground using geothermal energy for heating and to generate electricity. Don't you fancy living underground? You'll be surprised to hear that underground living becomes increasingly popular these days, even with no threat of the sun turning into a black hole. So, have you wondered what life would be like in a doomsday vault? That's a topic for another episode. And if you like our videos, subscribe, leave a like, and let us know in the comments if you want to live underground. See you in the next episode.